How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have XPR with us. He can say his name, all that sort of stuff, what he does, because no offense to John, we already talked about this, but he gave me this much information. So, no, John, if you watch this, I'm sorry, bud, but you can tell me what you do, man.
John, get your act together.
we love John. We just want to say we love John. This is no diss to John. I know you'll watch this, John, but no diss to you. But like,
I love you, John, so much. You were my roommate for like 2 years in a row, kinda. It was great. I miss you. I mean, I like my roommate now, right there. I love you too. I love you equally.
He's like, I don't know. We're talking about John here. He's like, I feel left out. Yeah.
Mermaid's just over there coding something, probably, like the smart person that he is. Sorry, I'm sorry. I forgot this interview was about me.
So, anyway, you could tell me about XPR because, as I mentioned, I have literal zero knowledge about what you do and like what's going on. So I'm
still figuring it out myself.
So I guess you could tell the people what you do, like, you know, what type of things you do, either musically or however it may be. Like I said, I have zero knowledge, so I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna try to learn, and I'm gonna try to figure out what you do.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, like right when the quarantine started happening, John was like, "Yo, I want you to do this. I want you to continue this thing I have on my channel called Explain Myself with Me," and it's just like an hour and a half, just improv, essentially, just him doing stuff. I was on one episode as a guest. I still don't quite understand the structure. If it's still happening, I'm not too sure. But he's like, "I want you to keep doing that for my channel." I'm like, "Yeah, that seemed pretty cool. I don't mind that." And then the more I thought about it, it's like, I don't want random, weird, dumb stuff. Again, I don't mean to be mean. So I was like, let's do like I mean, I made something equally dumb. I was like, I want to do something that's dumb, but like also something that I would find funny. So I decided to make a parody of NPR, despite never listening to NPR. So I was like, yeah, I don't know, I'll put a radio show together. What do you put in a radio show? I don't know, I'll do some songs. I'll go over the news, I guess. maybe I'll teach you how to do crafts. I'll like try and like highlight bands, and I'm just adding more stuff in there. Eventually there's just like a rant in there, and then like the main segment, which seemed to take off the most, was just where I take questions from the audience, because apparently a lot of people have good questions. So yeah,
I feel like because I watched some of the live stuff that you guys do on Mobley Crew, and I was looking at it and I was just like, you know, I gotta do some homework. I gotta check it out, what's going on, you know, what XPR is. And I was just like, I don't. It's cool. Very cool, but there is no words to antiquate what you guys do. So I was like, maybe Zell is gonna give me some good stuff that I'm gonna try to figure out, and then turns out you don't even really know either. So it's just like, cool, we're here. But
that's a Zila, by the way. I don't mean to be a diva.
It's all good. Listen, I'm horrible with names. People who know the channel, you know, I am very bad with that. But I guess the thing would be is like, you know, it kind of reminded me a lot of like, I'm sure you're familiar with like Eric Andre, which is just like, it's just kind of like, you know, kind of in that same vein, and I can imagine things kind of going in more of that direction.
I did a thing which unfortunately I seem to do a lot in my life. I create an idea that I think is original, and then found out that someone 10 plus years ago has already done it. So I'm like, all right, I'll just keep doing it then. And don't worry about like not doing your homework, because every single show I'm like that kid in class that like doesn't even have a backpack, and it's just they're like, oh hey, yeah, answer 7, you know, like I have a guitar, and I'm like I'm gonna write songs for the show. I have not written a single song that can be played on this show.
That's awesome.
Every time I just make it up, and it's usually something terrible and bad.
Well, I hope
But
it. I hope
I'm
it
on
for.
guard,
I
so
hope it. I hope it formulates to something because I
oh
thought
yeah,
like so far like it's very interesting. Like I'm excited to see how like future tense how like when we're in episode 50 or whatever
oh yeah,
that
oh
it's gonna
yeah,
be totally different and it's gonna be like way
yeah,
more either way
yeah.
more out there or it's gonna be like I
Oh,
finally figured out what I want to do.
it's definitely not gonna like commercialize in any like it's not gonna quote unquote sell out. Like if I get money from people, I'll absolutely accept it. But like I'm going to keep it true to the vision of making it stupid and weird. Like the running joke on the show is that I had apparently this company give me a bunch of money to start this show because it was going to legitimately compete with NPR, but then they embezzled all of the money, so I was left with nothing but a computer and an eviction notice. So I was like, oh, all right, let's do it. Like the studio that I was booked in got just like or what happened? Not repossessed. What happens to like it gets condemned? Like all this like gear that I had, like my guitar got like repossessed by the artist, and then I had to buy it from a guest who came on the show. My own guitar bag. Oh man,
Wow.
it's fun stuff. Yeah, but like episode 50, I'm definitely gonna have like I'm gonna figure out how to do stuff like graphics. I'm gonna have like legitimate songs that like I'll pre-record and play like under me while I'm going on specific rants. I'll actually do real recorded jingles instead of making something up every time I want to segue into a new segment.
There we go. Well, like I said, everybody that's watching this is going to be on the ground level, so
Yeah,
very excited for
with
that.
with all the technical difficulties included. I think I've had one one episode with no technical difficulties whatsoever.
Oh man.
And it was the episode that I wrapped in that my grandparents were watching. So whatever. Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah. At least you have have the audience to be like
Yeah,
to do fun stuff, but
yeah.
in terms of obviously like this whole YouTube thing that I do is all about more music related stuff. So,
Mhm.
in terms of like writing and stuff, you had mentioned that you're gonna be coming up with
Yeah.
music. So like,
Oh yeah.
how did that kind of start out? Have you always been like how long have you been playing guitar for? Like how when
Yeah.
did it transpire that like you're like oh well maybe I should do like some guitar stuff on this like thing here that
Uh
this show like that I don't know
yeah.
currently know what I'm doing with.
Yeah. So I've been playing guitar. I think 23 now. So I've been playing guitar 11 years. It doesn't show, but whatever. I honestly, my own personal like solo music has just never gotten off the ground in my own regard. I've never been able to like sit down and write it. So the idea to incorporate guitar into the show was really just as a space filler. Just like something to have because I had this idea that I was gonna play my own music on the show, but I've been saying I'm gonna write songs myself since I was like 17, and I only have like 6 songs that I have forgotten how to play. So that doesn't matter. More importantly, I do actual music stuff outside of this garbage radio show. I'm in a band called Summer Camp Crush with members. We're like a hodgepodge band with like. If you've heard of band Stampeder, we got Nina in there. If you've heard of Tom Shreve from Cinema Stare and Carlos Danger and the whatnot, yeah, he says hi. By the way, I mentioned I was going to be on your show. He's a
Tom.
cool guy.
I love
We got
Tom.
us. We got Estelle from OK and this jagweed out of the woodwork who picked up a guitar and doesn't know how to act on stage, so he just dresses in weird fashion. Yeah, every show that we've had, I've put on this like what I call a fashion disaster, where it's a whole look where nothing purposely doesn't complement each other, like nothing works together. It's just 5 separate articles of clothing. I'll have a workout like sleeveless shirt that's like pink, and it has this like
Oh.
pocket square on it because it's from like the 70s where you put pocket squares in your tank tops. I got like underwear over my pajama pants. I got like Yetis on them that my mom bought for like a Christmas some years ago. I'm completely barefoot except for these like business socks. And And then I got this like scarf, and then this like hat that falls off with the first power cord. It's like, yeah, no, it's
That's
dumb as hell.
that's
But
that's an aesthetic I can get behind. That is
is it? I don't think aesthetic is the right word.
listen, you're on here. I feel like I have to give the compliments where they're due. You know, I mean, it takes a lot of credit to dress up very, flamboyantly. Not,
Yeah.
look, it takes a certain set of skills to match like zebra print with like a hot pink shirt. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's very weird too. I operate completely binary because right now I'm considered this is like my casual. I'll just wear a sweatshirt despite the fact it's what like 90 degrees outside. I've recently incorporated shorts because I no longer have jeans that are A, functional or B, fit me right now. So I've incorporated a lot of gym shorts into my attire. And this, I either go very basic, same thing, everything, everyday normal, or I flip the switch and I'm in something completely stupid and idiotic that people don't want to be seen with me in public. I can't, there's no medium. I haven't found it yet.
Oh man. Well, hopefully you find some medium of like like good stuff and also like chaos.
Yes.
Be
That
right
is
in
the
the,
truest
right in the middle there. But obviously speaking more so on your musical side and being in a band, how did that kind of formulate? And obviously you had talked about what members are in the band, but how did that all come together? And how's it been going so far? I know quarantine's been very interesting for artists
Yeah.
currently, but how's that been going for you?
It's actually been going pretty well. So originally, I knew Tom way back, like my freshman year of college, when he, Justin Blau, and we were in a Fall Out Boy cover band for a very hot minute called Under the Dork Tree. That fizzled out because one day Justin was late, or our bassist was late, who really had the idea, and Tom was like, "I want to make noise. You want to make noise?" And I'm like, "What the hell is noise?" And he's like, "Just do anything." Okay. And then at
Did
that
you just
moment,
like
yeah, we were in a band. We now formed a band called My Body Is a Temple of Doom. And then Justin finally showed up, and Tom's like, "We're making noise," and Justin's like, "Hell yeah!" And brings out his like 80,000 pedal board and just goes nuts, making a bass sound like a whale for some reason. Like, yeah. And then we did with that band. We played for somehow that was the band that played the most shows of them in so far. The band I'm currently in is definitely going to catch up and play more, but like that was weird because we did just like we played like a bunch of like we played this venue, I think it's condemned now, called Crunch House. Like we just did a bunch of stuff. I had this like Pepsi Man onesie that I bought for Halloween. I wore that one time. I had this alter ego persona where I'm the 1997 video game character Pepsi Man. Just an endless run. Well, it's not endless because there is technically an end. Because once you reach the vending machine that sells you Pepsi in the end, you reach the end of the level. Because despite being Pepsi Man and avoiding things like Pepsi trucks and Pepsi cans, your ultimate goal is to get to the vending machine where you, Pepsi Man, can purchase a can of Pepsi. God, that game is really all my ego and everything.
I just feel how existential that is that Pepsi Man is purchasing Pepsi
Oh
and
yeah.
he is the Pepsi Man.
And he avoids Pepsi. Like, obstacles in the game are Pepsi trucks and like giant cans of Pepsi, but he's trying to get it's really full circle if you don't think about it enough.
If you don't think about it enough, that
If you go pure surface level, it's like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
yeah, but if you dig deeper, then you're like
And you're like, what
you're
the
like
hell's wrong with
you're like wait, Pepsi Man is drinking Pepsi, so is he necessarily drinking himself?
And is he like, why? If he is Pepsi Man, why is he not sponsored? Why does he not have? Why does he have to purchase his own product that he's peddling? And on top of it, the game starts like a snuff film because it's just this like grainy footage of a dude, like a big dude, just like eating Cheetos, laughing at a television,
Oh
and
my
then
God.
it cuts to the game. Can't make that up.
Pepsi,
Anyways.
Pepsi, I have questions. I know
Many.
I know we are in 2020, but I have some questions about the classic Pepsi Man game.
Yeah. But first things first, why did you think Kylie Jenner was gonna fit?
That's
Nothing
true.
against her. I don't know
There's
enough about her.
there's a lot of things. We have a lot of questions, Pepsi. That's all I gotta say. So
Yeah,
make sure if you watch this that you at Pepsi on Twitter so you can
please
ask
do.
the important questions in life.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. So, anyways, I'll catch up. So this band, we do some like Limp Bizkit covers. That's not important. Anyways, that band, Justin graduated, so he like stopped showing up. So it kind of fizzled out. Totally normal. He lives his own life now. It's
sure.
cool. And then we graduated, no real prospects. And then randomly, Tom was like, "Hey, you want to be in a band? I got people who want to be in a band." And I'm like, "Yeah, what can I play?" He's like, "Oh, I need you to play guitar." I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'm in." And then we formed. We had a practice. We wrote one of our greatest songs on the first practice. Like, oh, this is gonna work. So yeah, and we've been going strong since I want to say October. We have an EP very much in the works. Like we were in the studio last Saturday. We
Nice.
got vocals down. Right now we're just like playing around with harmonies and whatnot. So that should be done. I don't know how long mixing is gonna take, but I'm gonna guess maybe a month, 2 months from now. And we might have a new name, so I'm purposely not saying the name of the band because we used to be called Summer Camp Crush. Now we're something different. We're still deciding that. Yeah, it's good. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be huge.
The magical, or they're trying to bring people in.
Yeah.
We thought for sure we were gonna get the exclusive here on Audio Addiction because of the name. I thought we were gonna get a name drop, but it's okay.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I wanted to, but then I asked Tom, and he's like, "No, no, don't say it. Don't release the EP." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." So
Tom, why?
not calling you.
Tom, why? Why didn't you
No,
tell?
no,
Why
no,
aren't you telling me, Tom?
be nice to Tom. He's a cool guy.
I do like Tom. Tom,
He's
I love
yeah.
Tom. I
Working
love
out
you.
a lot. He's
He
working
is.
out a lot
He
now.
probably
That's
could
not-
kick. He could kick
yeah.
my ass, probably.
Oh yeah. It's not relevant.
No, it's relevant to this interview. Come on.
Yes, absolutely.
I need to know what's going on in Tom's life. But anyway, obviously you play guitar, so I have to ask this, which is kind of the next question that I usually ask people on here, which is who are you influenced by? Who got you like started out playing guitar or playing instruments in general, and then obviously who influences you more currently?
Yeah, I love that. So I'm gonna be honest. I was a bitch boy when I first came out because I didn't really get into music until I was 12. So I already missed the mark. I don't know if this is a rite of passage, but just like in rural New Jersey where I grew up, we had 3 radio stations. 102.3, which played basically soft jams and early stuff, and then they had like a thing at like 7, which was Delilah, which was this girl who gave really shitty relationship advice, like Wendy Williams level of like, oh, this is not okay kind of relationship advice.
Oh my god.
And then we had 106.3, which played the 90s and now 106.3, which was just like basically Coldplay and Ludacris. And then we had 103.7 WNNJ. I don't know why I'm dropping these radio stations.
It's okay. I live in New Jersey, so I totally get. I totally understand all of this. No one else is going to, but I will.
They're so just run of the mill. This is a radio station kind of music too, because 103.7 is classic rock.
Yeah.
So, like I grew up on that classic rock bands like Led Zeppelin and Rolling Stones and AC/DC, and I hate all those bands now. I mean, Led Zeppelin's fine. They steal a lot of music. AC/DC's garbage. Rolling Stones are garbage. I will fight anyone who tells me otherwise. Some persisted. Like I like Pink Floyd.
Sure.
I still think Pink Floyd is good now. I like the Beatles are fine. I think they're cool. Not King Gizzard.
Yeah, I was like,
Listen to that a lot. I know I look like I should know every album by heart, but I have not listened to any King Gizzard. What's it? King Crimson. That's what.
King Crimson. Yeah, that's what I thought you were gonna say. Yeah.
I still like that stuff, but like, no, I was into basically normal rock. So what started me out on guitar was, interestingly enough, like bands like Muse, Queens of the Stone Age. I'm trying to think of like stuff that I used to play all the time. Just some like basic punk, but then like my biggest influence back then, still now, I don't know if you can tell by the hair, it's this guy named Claudio Sanchez in a band called Coheed and Cambria.
You know it.
I love that band. They just released a song today.
They did.
I shit you, yeah. It's Jesse's Girl 2.
It is. Because I
With
would.
Rick Springfield on it.
Did you listen to it or no?
Yeah, what the hell is that song? Because it's like normal. It's like a normal like this could easily been on The Color Before the Sun kind of like sound. Because
Yeah, yeah,
it's not like their oldie prog stuff, or it's not like their new metal or their old emo like prog stuff, or it's not
yeah,
their
yeah,
new
yeah.
like metal thing. What is that song? Because like I was listening to the lyrics as best as I could. I'm pretty sure Jesse's like a stalker in this song. Like she's like, I could be interpreting it way wrong, but I think just as like from one listen, the plot of this song, like the old Jesse's Girl, which I kind of don't know. That's another thing on the show. Like I give the news, but I don't know who these people are in the news.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this guy died. I don't really know who he was. It was John Davis, I think. And I'm like, I don't know who he was. And then I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, oh shit, he was really important. Oh fuck, I'm sorry. But yeah. So
Oh,
yeah, I think the original Jesse's Girl is just like a dude is in love with like his friend's girl,
oh,
I'm in love
whoa,
with.
wait. So it's a follow up to the actual
Yeah,
Jesse's Girl song.
it's the spiritual successor with Rick Springfield in it. He does like this really like growly Tom Waits bridge in the middle for no reason, and because I'm pretty sure the original
I
Jesse's
didn't listen
Girl.
to it. I didn't listen to it. That's why I was trying to.
Oh my god, it's weird as hell. Because I'm pretty
Okay.
sure the original Jesse's Girl, like he's like, it's just like I got it 867. No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Jenny. That's Jenny. Never mind, completely different song. This
I
one's
know
just
what
like
you mean, though.
I'm in love with Jesse's girl.
Yeah,
And it's
that
like,
one.
all right,
Yeah, the
yeah.
classic. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, in this one, spoiler, he gets Jesse's girl. Like that eventually works out, but it's not okay because like first of all the dude he's like kind of a dick, but whatever. But Jesse's like stalking him now.
Oh
And
my
she's like
god.
got a knife at one point. I'm pretty sure he's like, I am not in love with her. This is not okay. I'm like, what is going on?
It makes zero. I don't even know the song now, but now I feel like after this is over with, I have to go listen to it and be just like,
Yeah.
I don't understand any of this. Why
And
why was this a thing?
the saddest part is, I mean, this is just like a weird thing with Coheed for me. I'm never really into their songs the first time around. I usually have to give it like 5 or 6 before I'm
Sure,
a
sure.
diehard fan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But this song, it wasn't incredibly catchy, which I feel like is a disservice to the original song. Because like Coheed can write very catchy
Oh,
songs.
100%.
Brave Outs Atlantic, Welcome Home, obviously they're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
killer, all killer, no filler. But like this song's like it's like a deep track that they wrote as a joke. Where we're like, no, let's actually produce it. And get the original guy who wrote Jesse's Girl on it. I think he plays guitar, maybe I don't know. And he has this really like growly, like he is not okay kind of voice. Like he's probably okay with the recording, but he's definitely like easily got some drugs.
Something's right.
Yeah.
Well, very interesting. Obviously, we kind of segued a little bit. So, obviously,
Yeah.
Kohi being one of your major influences, is there any other bands that kind of like influenced you along the way as well?
Yeah. I was very into a band called Queens of Stone Age. I think I mentioned Joshua Homme for a while.
Yeah.
I got really into, despite my appearance, I don't smoke, but I'm really into stoner metal, like Queens of Stone Age. I'm really into Mastodon, stuff like that, like Tool.
Yeah,
Apparently,
yeah.
I know it's weird to like Tool. I don't like Tool's not their. I like the heavy stuff. I don't like their like spacey stuff. I don't know. Tool albums to me are very weird. Like, cause you got hits, then I'm like, oh, this fucking slaps, and then you got this 19-minute song where it's just like, we're gonna throw we're gonna throw some African drums. And
They're like in space somewhere,
yeah,
like
in
floating
space,
away.
just floating away on ecstasy and like laced weed. It's like I don't care for this.
I feel that.
Rosetta Stoned, I don't care. For like 46 and 2, I can get behind. Yeah, but like Ions, Third Eye, like I don't care for these songs. They're okay. Yeah. So yeah, Tool's a little big influence. I'm trying to think of like bands I play now, because right now I got in quarantine at least I got full emo. Like I had my emo phase way later, much thanks to Tom, because Tom was like, you should listen to these bands, and I got into a couple of them. Like I got into From First to Last, like what he told me. I got into there's definitely others that I can't just. Oh, Sunny Day Real Estate. I got
Oh,
those
nice.
Right now, yeah. but I didn't I avoided them a little bit, but then I got Spotify, and then in quarantine I got
Just been
like
jamming them.
heavy. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, oh hell yeah. Oh, another big influence. Sorry, the Deer Hunter with like Casey. Yeah, that shit is tight. Oh my god, it's
I
so
love
good.
I love his stuff so much. Like,
So captivating.
oh man, I feel like people who like him just are like the diehard fans. Like, I love his
Yeah.
shit. His shit
Oh
is
my god.
so good. And he's just
Yeah.
he's an insane composer. Like, he's just
Oh my
great.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a legitimate month and a half, I listened to nothing but Act Two for just like every
Ooh,
time
that's
I
a good
went
one.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His all of the acts are fantastic. By the
Oh
way,
yeah.
guys, check out the
Absolutely.
Deer Hunter discography. You'll
Yeah.
not be
Not
disappointed.
yeah. Not Deer Hunter, one word. The Deer
Yes,
Hunters, three
it's
words.
3 words.
Somehow those could be two separate bands.
There is a Deer Hunter 1 word, and it's a
Yeah.
completely different band. So
Completely different. Yeah.
yeah,
'Cause I think
so
John actually got me into those. Hey John, we love you. Sorry I shat on you before. I love you, dude. I love you.
same.
Yeah.
We really took a big shot on you. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Been a little constipated. I'm sorry. I just need to get it out of my system, and I saw the opportunity and I took it.
But obviously you had mentioned Spotify, which is ironic because my
Oh
next
yeah.
question is who have you been jamming recently? You said you've been on an emo binge, so
Oh yeah.
who have you been jamming to?
Uh, I'm trying to like expand my horizon to get a lot of it. So like just most recently, well, actually the most recently I listened to was Crane Wives, but that's more indie folk.
Yeah.
They're still good though. I've been listening to like Joyce Manor, Taking Back Sunday, Thursday. I did a little bit of oh, I found a band that I really love, Dismemberment Plan. That's really
Oh
cool.
yeah, nice. Yeah.
And then I'm also really into this one guy from Jersey that I really love. But I feel weird saying it now, and I hope he doesn't take offense. But like, I'll just say it. Will Wood from Will Wood and the Tapeworms. That music is some of the best shit for me, and I love it. And I could jam again. I was in Nashville for a little bit with John through our like school, and there was just a time where every day I just would play the first 2 albums because I took them from my roommate Will. Hey, Will Turner, sorry, I still have your CDs. We never found a good time to meet up. One of them's kind of damaged. I'm sorry, I'm not good with things. I'll buy you a new one if you care. I'm sorry, I still have them.
I feel like now I'm a part of an intervention, and I don't know how I feel about that. I'm just kidding.
He's really cool, and I really like the band. I really like their music. He has a new album out called The Normal Album, and I really love it. But like, there's a lot of like things happening now, or like not necessarily him, but there's a lot of allegations. Like my sister of all people came up to me, was like, "Hey, you like Will Wood, right?" It's like, "Yeah, I love him." Like,
You might want to check this out. Yeah.
yeah, he's fine, but his brother did some terrible things to my friend. I'm like, that's not cool. I really don't like that. But it's like, but it's him. He's not his brother. I like separate the family members. He's not bad, I hope. And then literally like 2 days later, Tom was like, yeah, so Will Wood came up. Maybe I shouldn't talk for Tom, 'cause I don't want to get him in any like scene trouble. He had an unpleasant experience with Will Wood, the person.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, damn it, no, I don't. Because like, if like I try my best to separate the art from the artist, but it's very hard. Like, however much I do like their songs, I don't really support Smashing Pumpkins because I do not like what's his name, Billy Corgan.
Billy Corgan, yeah.
Because he's just a transphobic asshole, and he's very just not cool. And he did that one commercial for chairs when he's a wrestling ring. What the hell is that about? Or
Yeah.
it's like I was going to get into Brand New, and then Brand New went, uh-oh, we diddle kids, and it's like, yeah, that's not cool. Not listening to you anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care how good your one song is.
I feel that. There was this, I made a post about it. I wouldn't say kind of recently, but I made it recently, I guess. But there was this band that actually is one of my favorite bands, and they happen to have, the band's called I the Mighty, but
oh no, what happened to I the Mighty? No.
Oh, you're finding out about, oh god, I don't want to be the one to break it to you, but
I was just getting into them, damn it.
So
it's all good, tell me.
So their singer has
Of
multiple
course.
allegations against sexual assault. So I obviously don't want to delve further into it because people. It's on the internet, and it's not my position to
Yeah.
say that
What?
sort of stuff. But
What's with music? I mean, and I'm gonna say music. Every form of media, everywhere there's a lot of
yeah,
sexual
yeah,
assault.
yeah,
Mainly entertainment and media, which
yeah, yeah.
sucks. I don't. This is gonna. Let's get playful with this. I don't understand how this happens, cause like I don't understand how you can just like get solicit stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Anyone younger than me, I have no romantic interest. They're
Yeah.
gross to me. Just like Barfaroni, stay the hell away from me.
I wish I
And,
knew. I wish I knew
and
the
I
answer too, but yeah,
and
it's
like I didn't get into music. Like obviously the stigma is like, oh, you learn guitar so you can get laid. Literally, I have never gotten laid because of guitar. Okay, technically, I had one girlfriend and I was in a band. Well, they're now non-binary, so I guess I had a partner. They were at the time a girlfriend partner now. Like they were I was in a band with them, and that's how we got to know each other. So, in a way, it kind of got me a long time girlfriend, but like that, it wasn't my guitar playing alone. It was just circumstance. Hey, we're in a band together that was put together by basically our parents. Yeah, yeah, little strange.
But no,
Yeah,
I totally agree with you. That's whenever I see it, it just kind of blows my mind. And I know I made a
I,
video on it, so if you guys want to
yeah.
check that out, not that I'm trying to be like, hey, check out my stuff, because whatever.
Oh,
But like
oh yeah. Oh,
I understand it though. Like it is something that I feel like especially people with platforms should be talking about. And I'm not saying this to just like avoid it or whatever, but it's just like it's a very divisive topic.
yeah.
So
I'm gonna go out a limb and take a side here. If you sexually assault people, I hate you.
no, no,
Sorry.
no. I totally
Yeah.
agree with that sentiment. That's without question. I don't want people to feel like I'm just just
Yeah.
being like, oh, bullshit, like I'm just
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
music, right? But like
Yeah.
I that should not exist. But also at
No.
the same time, like I think it's there's a way to approach that sort of topic that I feel like is
Yeah.
very, very divisive to people. Like
But
obviously,
also, yeah, necessary.
like
Yeah.
it's just a tough thing to speak about. And obviously, like if you can speak about speak about it with somebody, you should definitely do it. And if you feel like something is happening, you should speak out about it, and people should
Absolutely. Yeah.
believe what's going on. But also at the same time, like on both sides, like don't like if somebody just doesn't believe that shit, then who gives a fuck, right? But also at the same point, like if you believe them and you support them, like you should be trying to use your platform to like better the community, better the scene, whatever,
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Don't. Yeah. Don't. I hate when people put like personal accounts onto it. Like, no, he was really nice to me. He couldn't have done this thing to this girl. It's like, that's not how that works. You're not
Yeah.
a 16-year-old girl. He's not gonna try things with you. Yeah. Anyways. Also, you did mention that you put out a video, and I'll be honest, I was kind of comforted when you started the interview and said you didn't do your homework because I have not seen any of your videos.
It's all good.
And I
It's
really
all
should have to like get an idea of how these interviews go. But I did the thing that I stuck true to my platform and I did no homework.
well, it's
Diving right in.
it's a what, honestly I feel now that we're both on equal playing field. We both don't know what is going on now I feel like we're on equal ground, so it works out. But
Sorry, I flashed the camera with a blender bottle. My show is sponsored by Blender Bottle, or at least I'd like it to be. I show it on every single show.
I feel that
They seem like
the
such a small company. That went that shit. I
blender
don't
bottle
even use-
sponsored.
I don't even use them for their function. Like they come with like a little shaker so you can like make smoothies. I don't. I make smoothies in a blender. I'm bougie. Like
Listen,
that.
you can't
I
say
just
that.
like
You have to just say that you use it as a blender, and then they're gonna be like, oh my god, we gotta. He's our guy,
I don't use it for. I just think it's a quality bottle that I use for storing things. Sorry, hold on. I'm sorry. 1 second. My roommate has to say something to me. If you hear a laundry machine in the background, just know that that's just my stomach. It's not my roommate who has every single right to do laundry right now. I
But
also have the air conditioning going, so you're probably hearing that too. You
no,
will not be
actually,
sweaty for this interview.
actually, it's solid. I'm the one who's sweating because my AC unit is not on, so I feel that pain. But anyway,
Comfort over quality.
we're gonna completely steer it back into the musical conversation. I know we went on a bit of a tangent, but I feel like it was an important one, so we have to, I feel like it was important to talk about. But obviously, you're here for the music. If obviously you have a band, which will not be named until further notice. But if you guys were look us up anyway. We don't have a name yet, but it's gonna be happening soon.
We're selling our old shirts, so you can buy those. Like we're giving them to like some like good community. We're like donating all the profits and whatnot.
There we go. I like that. Support that, guys. Anyway, if you were to, hypothetically put a cover song together, what type of song would you cover?
Myself or the band?
I feel like I feel like yourself. We'll do yourself because I don't want to speak on the band's behalf because obviously the band isn't here. So
I mean, but I kind of like the story of the band because we do a cover at shows.
How about you give me one answer for the band and one answer for yourself?
Okay, it's all right. Yeah. So I'll make them quick. At shows we do "Oh Messy Life" by Captain Jazz because that's a good song, matches our sound. But we did a thing for CT Versus. We did their cover album or whatever. It's from the 90s. We did 96 Quite Bitter Beings by CKY, and it's terrible. You could listen to it. It's pretty garbage. Myself, however, the song that I liked whenever, in the very, very rare case that I perform solo live, I have done a cover. I've actually did it on the second episode of Explain Myself with Me with John, where I do a cover of Runaround by the Blues Traveler. And
that's awesome.
I have this like 50 cent like kazoo instead of a harmonica.
I love this already. I'm gonna go look it up, guys.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna do the homework for you. I'm going to put a clip on screen right now so you guys can all experience this moment currently.
I have no idea that I don't like any other song by that. And John Popper, the singer, is fucking crazy.
I just like that you used a 50-cent kazoo as a replacement for harmonica.
I'm not gonna find a harmonica. No, I can do everything with a kazoo, and it'll sound stupid in my style. Yes, I don't because that doesn't even match my sound at all. It's just such a fun song.
But that's great though.
At the same time.
It was just the perfect storm of answers. I feel like for me, this was the greatest answer that I've heard all year because it was just the perfect storm of like guitar, like kazoo playing, and then just Blues Traveler. Like,
have you heard that song in a while?
I feel like I haven't heard it in a while.
It is verbose. There are so many lyrics that don't have to be there because the chorus itself is like it's fucking catchy. That is good shit, like money out, like shit like that. I'm purposely singing it bad because I don't like to sing unless I'm doing seriously. Like the chorus itself is fun, but the verses, there's like a goddamn Edgar Allan Poe for every like poem for every single verse. It's like, dude, chill. It's a 3.5-minute song.
He was like, I have to use a thesaurus. How many adjectives can I add to this?
He's like, hey, we got this song. John, you got any lyrics? Not John Scoville, who I love. John Popper's like, John, you got any lyrics? Like, I don't know. How about my senior thesis? And they're like, perfect, let's do it.
Dude, like, do you think you can sing that entire thesis for our song? Absolutely, let's do it.
Oh, I've already put it to song. You guys don't worry.
Wow.
As long as we play these same 4 chords over and over again for the entire song, we'll be fine.
In the mind of Blues Traveler. Anyway, we'll move it on. We can move it on, guys. The next question, obviously another fun one I have to ask is favorite food to eat. What's the go-to?
Oh, I know. It's gonna make me sound a little childish, because normally when people say favorite food, you choose like a meal that you would have. But no, I am a goddamn sucker bucker for some ice cream, man. but I got a refined palate. Like I can't do like the Turkey Hill or like the store brand. Like nah, it doesn't do it for me. I can tell. I can tell. I like homemade. I like Ben and Jerry's and Haagen Dazs. Like that's really
The
like
high
my jam.
quality.
Oh yeah, like I don't buy it when it's like $5 or like $6 because that's ridiculous. Because like I'm very my roommates will call it an addiction, but I'm very, very selective and cautious about it. Like
Sure.
when it's $6 at a convenience store, no, that's a waste of my money. I'll go for a cheaper option. When it's $5 or 48, 88 at grocery stores, no, that's still too much. When it's 75%, when it's 75 cents off and it's 413, it's like that's too much. But occasionally they go on sale for 288, and that's when I buy 10. I'm saving money, honestly. I have an entire mini fridge that's filled to the brim with these Ben and Jerry's, but I only get them when they're on sale for 288. So yeah, it's $30, but it would have been 70.
You're
See, I'm
right.
saving money.
So smart. Stonks. Stonks are up.
It stonks. Yeah, meme guy. Yeah.
Meme guy.
How is that still a meme? That should have died back in 2018.
Listen, you're childish about ice cream. I am childish about memes. So
No, I can hang with a big one.
he knows.
I'm not actually. I don't know what's like cuties. I think is like the big meme thing that's happening right now, and people are going crazy over that.
You're
Well,
right.
like angry because Netflix apparently can put out both a tell-all documentary about Jeffrey Epstein and cuties at the same time and not see the hypocrisy with it. So it's like, what the hell are you doing?
I'm not Netflix, so I have no idea.
Yeah,
We're
no.
gonna plead the fifth on that answer, but
Netflix, explain yourself.
explain.
Okay. Actually, can I ask you a question?
Sure. Ask me a question.
If you're very into memes, I would like to know, what is your stance on TikTok?
Ooh, this is tough. Um,
I have had a complete reversal with my original.
I want to say, well, being old as dirt. I'm a Viner, OG Viner. You know, I didn't Vine myself, but you know, I love the Vines.
Of course.
TikTok I think is good. I was actually going to do things on TikTok, and then now we're here in America, so shouts to what's going on with that. So I kind of put that on the back burner, but I think TikTok's cool. I don't have like a negative opinion of it. I think it's humorous, you know? It's much like, I wouldn't say it's on the same tier as Vine, but I would say it's there.
Yeah. I feel like Vine is just cemented in like this own nostalgic thing because it's there for a second, it's gone, and also it's 6 seconds, so it's very easy to remember a quote. Like my roommate and I were talking last night. TikToks aren't gonna be as remembered as well as Vines because Vines are 6 seconds.
Yeah, they're like
one-liners. It's great. You can recall them off easily. TikToks have a longer platform. You can be 15 seconds to a minute, so like it's harder to recreate all of that perfectly. But honestly, because I know a lot of meme lords are like, "Oh, banish TikTok. It is the worst thing to happen on the face of the earth." TikTok is fantastic, but only if you curate it. Because TikTok, you can when you use, I don't know why I'm advertising for TikTok, but like you can curate your feed as to what you see. It's completely random. So if you're a basic bitch and you like people dancing, yeah, TikTok sucks. But if you put in the legwork and dislike and like the stuff that you love, eventually you'll get onto what are essentially subreddits for TikTok.
You're right.
Because there's so much weird stuff. Like I got on and my roommate's like, "Oh, let me know when you get to frog TikTok." What the fuck is frog TikTok? And then I got on frog TikTok and it's just a bunch of frogs. And then there's one where it's just like a Scottish man yelling about frogs and stuff like that. And and then there's like clear divisions between, randomly enough, your sexual preference determines the quality of TikTok. Because like there's straight TikTok, which is garbage. It's just like girls in low-cut shirts dancing. It's like, yeah, whatever, okay, fine. Or it's like dude bros like telling really funny anecdotes that happen when they drink at parties too much. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. But then you get to gay TikTok, and gay TikTok is a whole goddamn world of excellent. Because I think gay TikTok, or like lesbian TikTok, I think we're like the whole MILF Denny's and like goth girlfriend IHOP or whatever. Or what's the other ones that are on here? Femboy Hooters, yeah. There's so many of them. Like just all these like chain restaurants have their own like Dilf Denny's. No, it's Milf Denny's. Dilf Red Lobster. Himbo Home Depot. It's not even a restaurant.
I can't with this.
Oh, man, that's fucking great. Yeah, like the videos themselves on TikToks are not gonna last, but those like memes and trends are going to just spiral out of control.
I I don't even know where this conversation went, but I'm so glad we we found out about the dark web of TikTok.
Oh my god, yeah. Once you gotta get to like gay TikTok, and then shit just gets good.
That's
Like,
the tier. That's the tier list. You have to be
Oh,
you have to
yeah.
be a gay TikTok to be at the highest
Yeah.
tier list.
There is some beautiful quality. Too. Like Vine had that thing where like people did those like camera tricks.
Yeah, yeah.
TikTok
People's got it.
above and beyond.
Yeah,
Like some are absolute just like straight garbage, but like since TikTok allows you to edit the videos a little better, you can get some really decent quality shit on there with like green screen effects and like just like camera tricks and whatnot. Like oh god.
there we go.
Anyway, that's
Well,
my
that was our
favorite
bit
stuff.
for TikTok, guys.
Yeah.
You know, you can use our affiliate link. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
Reddit, get off your own ass. TikTok's fine.
Anyway, getting it back to the music stuff, of course, that's
Yes,
why you're
sorry.
here. Who would be somebody you would want to collaborate with, you know, whether it be a guest feature on, you know, some future band work or a producer you'd like to work with in the future?
Oh, I'd love to be produced by like people like Claudio Sanchez, just that fun stuff. I also think this is not really my music, but if I could find like Atticus Ross and he'd be like, "Hey, I want to give you a try. Here's all my synthesizers," I'd be like, "Hell yeah!" I feel like I could come up with something cool because I had an era like before my emo phase. I was really into like goth and like industrial kind of like a dark, not really EDM stuff, but like E. Goth,
Just
like electronic goth stuff like that. I like the dark side, like I mean not necessarily goth, but like Nine Inch Nails, that like
Yeah,
early
yeah,
industrial
yeah.
stuff, Filter and whatnot. Yeah, and then like stuff like London After Midnight or all these like really like obscure, like not like Bauhaus isn't obscure, but like that kind of stuff. Susan
I know what you
Banks and
mean, yeah.
whatnot. Yeah. I had a goth phase. I never dressed goth. I mean, I dressed goth once for one Marilyn Manson concert. Oh, Marilyn Manson, obviously in there as well, and KMFDM and all that stuff. Who's other like big industrial guy with Marilyn Manson? I can't remember. Or like Deftones. Deftones, I think, was like the segue from because I used to be a metalhead. I used to be very into metal, and Coheed has somehow transcended all of that because they kind of do and all that.
They do, yeah.
I used to be big into metal, but not like super crazy. I was into like thrash stuff. Like I liked Metallica for a while. I still think some of the songs are pretty good now. I liked Megadeth, but really only their first album, not that much. And I went from metal into more of like an industrial, like Rammstein and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson, like, hell, this is good. And then went from that to like goth. I was like, goth is cool. And then I realized goth is just slowed down, dreary punk. So I got into punk for a while. Did like Dead Kennedys and all that fun stuff. And then from punk, I got back into Deer Hunter, so I went weird. And then I started getting weirdo with it, with like Will Wood and like Lemon Demon, formerly known as Neil C. Cierga, the guy who made Potter Puppet Pals. For all of you who get Lemon Demon on your Spotify recommendation, that is the Potter Puppet Pals guy, and also the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny. And his new songs fucking slap. Give him credit. He's good. And then from there, I went into like Riot Girl. Actually, I was really into bands like Sleater Kinney, a little into Bikini Kill, stuff like that. And then from Riot Girl, I got really into emo, and that's where I am right now.
There we go. It's the full journey.
Any of those bands, I would love to work with at one point. Maybe not Metallica. I feel like Metallica. Nah, I don't want to write metal. Metal's fine. Like Mastodon would be fun to like be a part with, but like yeah, I want to write more like heartfelt, emotional, like people getting serious into a mic and not afraid to like be true to their image versus what their platform would accept.
There we go. The next question would be another fun one. Obviously, keep it into the music theme. If you were to compile a dream tour lineup, who would be on it?
Am I playing, or is like, am I going to see it?
I feel like you gotta be playing on it. Like that's the whole, you know, that's why we're here. You know.
Oh, okay. I mean, it wouldn't. I don't fit with any of these bands, but it'd just be fun to like do some like one. Eventually, I release my own stuff. If
Sure.
I could have like Will Wood somewhere in there because I think his music's fun and he can like really rev up a crowd because it's just like fucking balls to the wall dark cabaret music. I mean, there was a tour that went bound a while ago that I was very sad that I missed out on because it's like, or no, I think it was a cruise ship that was supposed to happen. Like it was like the SS Neverender that was supposed to happen like this October, and oh my god, that lineup! It had, first of all, Coheed was playing all
I
four of their
remember this.
albums
Yeah.
every
Okay.
night. They had the Deer Hunter on there. They had Thank You Scientist on there, which uh,
They're great. New
Thank You
Jersey.
Scientist, Thank You Scientist is great. But if I can be controversial,
Oh God.
they haven't done anything bad.
Okay.
Tom Mondes seems like a really cool guy. I, I don't know. I fell in absolute love with their first album. Their first, like, yeah, Maps of Non-Existent Places kills it for me. Like, I'm not normally into like that math rock stuff. I'm getting more into it. Like, I've listened to more like This Town Needs Guns and like
Yeah.
Gavin Dance and whatnot. So I'm like, I loved it because it's just like heavy hitting and raw and cool. And then I listened to the EP and I was like, oh god, this is great. And then Stranger Heads Prevail came out and I was like, okay, I don't know. Something happened. It just got like too jazzy or something for me.
Sure,
I'm not
yeah.
totally into jazz. I did go to jazz camp at one point, but I got like the biggest testament to my persona is I got in trouble at jazz camp because in the practice rooms I only had my bass, but we were playing Silver Sun pickups. We were playing fucking what is that song? Oh, the song that everyone knows. Panic Switch. We were playing Panic Switch in a jazz band practice room, and people came by like, "Hey, you're not allowed to play. This is jazz camp. What the fuck you doing? You're not allowed to play that music." And I'm like, "Ah, all right, fine, whatever." Because it was me and this girl who was basically like mega white if she could play drums. Someone who just like, yeah, I like to play drums. I don't care about jazz. My parents sent me here. I'm like, hey, me too with bass. So yeah, it was just a bunch of like stuff like that. Yeah, and I don't know, cause how did I get into that? Oh, jazz.
Yes.
Because like, thank you, scientists. I don't know, like. I love them, and I will continue to support them, and I will go see their shows because I think they're very talented and good people. And their first two releases are untouchable. And Mr. Invisible is a fucking banger as well. Just like, I don't know, the other stuff on there I just couldn't get into. And by the time the third album came out, I'm so sorry. I like turned it off halfway because I was so out of it. I don't know. I'll give it another listen. I've been meaning to like give it another listen. I'll give it another try. Just it wasn't clicking like the first two did.
Sure. No, I get it. Sometimes it's like that, you know. I feel like sometimes in an album you have like where you have to sit on it or you have to listen to it multiple times, and you know, one day you'll listen to it and then just everything will just click into place. So
Absolutely.
I totally understand that. But obviously, I have one last question that I'm going to ask you to plug. Obviously, do what did people do on the internet, but if you were trapped on a desert island for the next month and there was one record you could bring with you to listen to, what would it be?
Month. Ooh, that's a tough one. All right. Well, actually, that's not a tough one. Are you trapped on an island for the next month? Ugh. Probably be the Normal album by Weird Will Wood. I know it's very controversial, but I can, because I was able to listen to his first two releases front to back for the entire time I was in Nashville. So like this newest album, which is I think my favorite, it could easily stand the test time. But if I wanted to be like cool about it, I'd probably say like Change by Dismemberment Plan. Like, I would rock that for a while. That would be good. Or I just listened to Act 4 for the first time. I could easily deal with Act 4 for a whole month.
Yeah.
Or maybe Act 5 too. No, you know what? No, I changed my answer. The Color Spectrum. I haven't listened to it yet, and I feel like if I was on a desert island, I'd be forced to listen to it. And it's like 3 hours of music, so I definitely have enough. And by that time, I would be so into all of it. Yeah.
I feel that. That's a great answer.
That's all like just EPs of every color of the rainbow.
Correct.
So it's like 7 EPs jammed together in like 3.5 hours, right?
Correct. I think the color spectrum is just a compilation of I don't know if it's just one song or two songs. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I know it's not all of the songs. But I know that he had made each individual EP a color, obviously, of the rainbow, and then you could just listen. I would just assume that you meant the full thing, like every color of that said rainbow. I know what you meant.
The box set, basically.
The box set, yes.
if they still sell
The
them.
collector's edition.
Oh
But yeah, no, I totally get that. That's such a. I don't even think I'm such a big fan of his stuff. I feel like I've listened through to it one time, but it's been such a long time, and
yeah,
I would probably do the same. That's such a great,
yeah.
like in terms of like, even to I think like melody wise, I think he like did different stuff which
Oh
each
hell
EP that just like separates it that much more,
yeah.
and it's just
Oh,
great. He's
oh,
great.
that could probably answer a big telling question about the music that I like. I really like music, not with so much like weird singers, but with singers that care a lot about their phrasing.
Yeah,
Is what I
sure.
really like. So like Deer Hunter, absolutely, it's everywhere. Like Coheed, it's fucking everywhere. It's very good. So like a lot of like the Riot Girl stuff that I love has a lot of like heart, like all this like blended like screaming and like
Yeah, yeah,
singing at the same time.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I love that stuff. I don't know. I like it better when it's female song rather than male song. Some male stuff sucking is good. Like Red Jumpsuit does it pretty well. But like stuff that's just like straight screaming is like nah, I'm not into.
I feel that. I feel
Yeah.
that. And then
Hmm.
obviously the last thing, we've reached the end of the line. Tell them
Yeah.
about anything you want to talk about, whether it be the band that is not named yet. You can tell people what's
Yeah.
going on with that, and
Oh,
obviously
yeah.
XPR.
Oh yeah. So one thing I forgot to mention, you said about how quarantine was treating us very badly and then very goodly, if goodly's a word. Because like back in March when like it hit and lockdown was a thing, yeah, we crawled along at a snail's pace. We wrote one song that's like,
Sure, sure,
yeah,
yeah,
but then the singer Estelle was like cleared essentially and was like, "Can we have I had them over for like a birthday party because it was their birthday and like, hey, let's work on songs." And then seeing as we were both like mutual understanding, like none of us are contagious, so this is like it's okay for us to hang out. We ended up writing our entire LP for this band. So we're now like
What?
introducing. Yeah, we got 11 songs done in like 3 months.
That's
I
awesome.
I don't know how, but we did it. And yeah, so now we're just teaching putting them into like a full band setting now.
Sure,
So
sure.
once we release our EP, we're already gonna be like ready to record our LP too. So it's gonna be pretty nice because that's gonna be moving along a lot better, and hopefully we'll get signed. Who knows? Tom's in a band called Cinema Stare, and they're signed to No Sleep, so he's already an industry plant. So who knows what's gonna happen with that?
Couldn't tell you. I wish I could give you the answers, but no, no sleep. Just
Yeah.
say, and then obviously tell them about like XPR2, like what you got
Oh
going on
yeah,
with
yeah.
that, and where they can
Uh,
find you at on the social meds.
yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. So I have social media. I got Instagram, the Spice videos, and then and other stuff. And I have a Twitter, which is basically just a link to my Instagram. But I actually have a stockpile of tweets that I started making like 3 years ago. Like, if I ever get a Twitter with a platform, I would use these tweets. So I have like 90 saved up, and I might start using some of those once I get like 100 or something. Once I get enough followers that I get engagement on every tweet, I'll start using these. Who knows if that'll happen? But like, yeah. So I'm on Twitter at publiczilla. I don't know if capitals matter, but the P and X are capitalized. Zila, by the way, is XELA. Hey, yo, it's my name. So I'm on Instagram as well as at publiczilla. The show is XPR, Zila Public Rate a Show, hashtag XPR. Yeah. As far as the show, if you tune in on Monday, I'm gonna have my friend Michael on the show, or rather, I'm going to have someone that my friend Michael is playing on the show because he has his own he's blown up on TikTok and he has a show tonight that's in 2 minutes. He has this thing called like She Kills. That's a internet show or something. I'm not too sure. It's like She Kills Monsters. I think it's the play that was adapted to the internet. He plays a barbarian at one point. He just shows me this giant club that he has. Like, so I'm excited to see that. He's gonna be on the show. He's gonna be a character that I don't know what it is, and I'm not gonna know until we start streaming. So that's gonna be fun. And he says he has like 9 different characters that he's going to try out, and
Oh man.
they all have deep and intricate lore, and the only thing that ties them together is that they're all terrible people. So I'm very excited for that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, obviously you can check out Zila's stuff. All of
Yeah.
the I will get all of the links, compile all of the links for y'all, and it'll all be in the
Yeah.
description where you can
Yeah.
easily access them. Also,
Yeah.
be on the lookout for Zila's new band and band name, which is not currently named at the moment, but maybe by the
Yeah.
time this is released in like a month or something, maybe we
Probably.
might have a name at that
Yeah.
point.
And
And so
I'll definitely be shamelessly plugging it on the radio show as well.
there we go, and there will be links for that, so you can go support Zila in that way.
Yeah.
And
Also subscribe to Moobly Crew because that's the channel that hosts XPR,
yes,
and
good.
host, i.e., does really all the marketing for me, so I can focus on the show that I still don't prep for.
Well,
While all the other stuff is taken care of.
well, go check out XPR for some good laughs. I have to say I did a little bit of research. It's great. It's hilarious. But
Thank you.
also musically, I'm very excited for what Zila's got out. And also huge shouts to John. I know he's also in a band,
Yeah.
which will be on in a couple weeks at this
listen
time.
to Sonar Shack. Yeah,
Sonar
good.
Shack will be on a couple weeks from now, so very excited to have them on. And if you enjoyed this interview, share, like, and subscribe. It's really greatly appreciated. Thank you guys for all the support. And again, huge thanks to John for setting this up. And as I mentioned, go check out Zila's stuff. Go support the dude. And thanks, of course, to Zila for coming on and doing the chitty chat thing.
Oh, thank you for having me. This was fun as hell.